Holy fucking shit. Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuit Horror Reviews. I'm here with a fucking huge... Goddamn, fucking huge... I should really fucking fix my lighting situation in my videos, but I really don't want to. I'm too lazy. Let me just try to be a genius for like 5 seconds. No, doesn't work. Okay, where's a fucking tack when I need it? Just like tack this onto my dresser. You are seeing problem-solving skills at work here. I'm just gonna fucking pause this for a minute. Holy shit! That actually fixes the fucking lighting situation. Okay, I guess I'll fucking start with the stuff I bought the longest time ago. This is from like 3 weeks ago when Criterion was still having their 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble. I got Nicholas Roeg's Don't Look Now from Criterion on DVD. These are just two titles that are on DVD that I didn't really want to own on Blu-ray, that I still like these movies. Don't Look Now is pretty interesting, kind of a psychological, supernatural thriller. I really like it. It's got, who is it? Fucking Donald Sutherland in it. And he's great in it. And this is a pretty great little movie, despite it being quite a bit of a slow burn, and I didn't really think much of it at first, but now I really actually do like this movie. The other one I got is Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. This is a Swedish, I think, film? Czechoslovakian film, I guess. A coming-of-age horror, comedy, drama, fantasy, metaphorical film that I watched a couple years ago. I thought it was pretty interesting little film. It also comes with the alternate soundtrack from the Valerie Project, which is essentially a project that was made to do a new soundtrack to the film in the style of psychedelic folk music. That's kind of cool, and it's a nice little release. I quite like Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. I think it's an interesting kind of fantasy horror. I hit up Walmart's sale, and I got the Planet of the Apes Legacy Collection, which is literally all of the original Planet of the Apes films, which I'd never seen the original Planet of the Apes until this year, because I watched it because I'd never seen it, and I really loved it, so I wanted to watch the rest of them, and I figured paying $20 just to get the first one on Blu-ray with some features, you know, isn't bad, so I may as well just pay $20 and get all the sequels that I want to watch anyway. And they're all on their own separate discs, and it's quite a nice little set. I'm happy that they still had this one in stock, because I'd seen it there, like, for the past few months. As for that I bought at regular price. As for stuff I actually got during the sale, I got the newest Child's Play movie on Blu-ray, Cult of Chucky, which, has the digital copy, which I'll probably just give to somebody. Cult of Chucky. Well, it went on to Netflix. I watched it. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I can see why people don't like the recent direct-to-video sequels of Chucky. I can completely get that, but I enjoy them for what they are. I mean, hell, even Seed of Chucky has its moments where it's not absolutely ungodly bad. It's still pretty bad, though. I got the Paranormal Activity collection, which, surprisingly, this is all 6 of them on their own discs. Now, the Paranormal Activity movies, I'm not a very big fan, but to get all of them for like $10, I guess, isn't bad. I like the first Paranormal Activity movie. I think it's interesting for what it is. The second one's bad. The third one's entertaining for what it is. It's entertainingly bad. And the Marked Ones is one I particularly enjoy, because it's literally about a teenager who lives in an apartment building who gets satanic supernatural powers from a Simon matching color game. And that's the plot of Paranormal Activity, the Marked Ones. I've seen all of them, actually, up to the most recent one, the Ghost Dimension, which was awful. So, really, out of this entire series, I only like half of them, but I figured I wanted to get half of them anyway, so I may as well just bite the bullet and get all of them for one convenient price. Got Clown, which I watched this one a couple years, like last year, and I really liked it. It's not a perfect movie, mind you. Clown is not perfect. It's kind of a stupid movie, but it's very entertaining, honestly. I enjoy it. It's essentially this guy, his clown for his son's birthday party cancels, and he's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And while he's working in this old house, he finds a clown costume that he puts on, and it turns him into a child-eating demon, which is, I guess, the origin of the clown. Because clowns, I guess, their face paint and everything, and their design came from an old legend about a child-eating demon. And yeah, it's clown. It's not perfect, but it's fun. I got this terrible-looking Krampus movie because it was like $3, and I can't say no to like bad movies for decently low prices. I've heard this is absolutely terrible, but I figured why the fuck not. That's it for that. I guess we'll get on to the stuff I bought during the Fright Rags Black Friday sale, because this stuff I actually do want to show off a bit. These ones I actually already worn these a couple times because I really love them. But I got a pair of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space Cotton Candy Cocoon socks. So it looks like the cotton candy cocoon, and it has the guy's face on it and everything. I love it. I really do love it. It gives me an excuse to wear like bright, colorful pink socks, and it's just hilarious. Like, who doesn't love Killer Clowns from Outer Space? First of all, it's one of the best, just kind of fun, self-aware bad movies ever. And I like when Scream Factory puts out socks. And now they're doing these out of a different material, so they aren't as like tight. They actually stretch pretty well now. And God damn it. And I'm happy that they made them out of a new material, because now I can actually wear them without them like form-fitting to my fucking foot and being terrible. Speaking of socks, I also got 2 pairs of the Ghost socks, because I'm still a fan of Ghost, even though Tobias Forge just kind of ruined the band. I got the Papa Martis socks, which I dig these. These are nice. And I got the Clergy socks that have Papa and the Nameless Ghouls on them. And I think these are like actually the older material ones too, which is a shame because that means they're not going to be as good to wear, but still, Ghost socks. Who could say no to those for $6 a pair? I bought a couple pins because I do wear pins on my jacket, and I wanted to get some of the Fright Rags pins because they're kind of expensive, but I have like the limited edition My Bloody Valentine one signed by the guy who was TJ in the original My Bloody Valentine. I have that, like, still in the packaging. I've only taken it out a couple times. But I got the Killer Clowns from Outer Space Cotton Candy Cocoon pin, which is it's not going to focus, but it's cool. I love it. And they started doing the locking back things on the pins now, which is great because those lockers are good so you don't lose the fucking pins. It's just kind of sad they can't do that for the rest of them and only their new ones. I got the Halloween 3 mask pin that comes in a little box like the masks do. And I love Halloween 3. It's like the best one in the series in my opinion. I think it's better than the original Halloween, honestly, bite me. But, yeah, I got the skull mask one. I wanted to get the pumpkin one, or the pumpkin one, but that one was sold out. And honestly, I kind of regret not getting the witch, because the witch I like a bit more than the skull, but I bought the skull, like, just real quick. It was only like $6. Where is the other pin I bought? Oh, here it is. Here's another one that I really wanted to get for quite a while. It's the, goddamn. It's the Dawn of the Dead Silver Variant Mall Security Pin, which I love Dawn of the Dead. I was going to get one of the shirts, but I decided not to just because I actually don't even think the shirts were on sale, honestly. But I wanted to get one of the Dawn of the Dead pins, and the actual pins of some of the characters I don't like how they look. So I figured I'd get the mall pin, the mall security badge, because I like that one, and that was like an obscure enough reference. God damn, this is already like 10 minutes. It's still going smoother than I thought it would, honestly. So yeah, that's the pins I got. And then as for like the, you know, special surprise inside, I got a fucking sticker of their Dream Warriors design, which is a kind of parody of the Warriors based on Nightmare on Elm Street 3, which, that's cool. As for the shirts, I bought, this one I chose because I really wanted to get one of their Ghost shirts, because I really like the designs. So I got this one, their first Ghost design, which I think is an absolute boss design. Honestly, I think it's a really cool design. I like it. I wish my dogs would stop fucking barking. And then I got the Tea of Mystery, which, as soon as I saw the tag on this, I was like a little wary, because I was like, oh, why do I have to get this one for the Tea of Mystery? But it's an alien shirt, which the print on it is pretty good. Like, I kind of like it. It's nice. But then when you look at the actual tag, it's Alien Covenant, and that movie was really bad. But it's just the xenomorph face, so I guess I can look past that and enjoy it. That is actually it for the Fright Rags stuff. Now onto the one thing I've been waiting like literally 2 weeks for it to arrive so I could do this fucking Black Friday. Actually, fuck, there's something else I bought that I gotta show off that this is gonna take even more time. Let me just put everything back in the box. And then I've ordered a comic book from Avon Press, who it's not really clear to the fucking thing, but right like there is a poster of their artwork for their comic book adaptation of Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead, which was released as Gates of Hell in the US, but I heard that they were doing a comic book adaptation of Maniac, so I bought the posters for it, and I have the posters. I have one of the posters already framed and everything, but I heard they were giving away free mini posters when you bought something on their Black Friday sale, and I wanted to get the first issue of the Maniac comic book, so I got the limited edition sealed. I opened it because I wanted to read the comic book. I know that's kind of sacrilege, but I really wanted to read the comic book, so sue me. But I'm keeping the plastic on it. It's signed by the writer of the comic book, and it comes with a slip cover that has the movie poster inspired artwork, and then inside, which I will try to get all this shit out without, and I say without dropping, and then I drop something. But yeah, on top of, you know, I wanted to get this because it was just like, hey, why the hell not, you know? Because they were like, oh, free mini posters. And the mini posters really caught my eye almost instantly. One of them did. Well, first of all, I'll show you the one that didn't really catch my eye, but still is pretty cool. It's for their original comic book, Bottom Feeder, which is like a swamp monster comic book, and it has a sample of the artwork on the back. But, you know, that's cool. It's got the private eye. But this is the one that made me want to order, because this double-sided poster is just like the ultimate crossover that I never thought I wanted, but I want it now. It's Maniac versus the New York Ripper. Everyone knows you shouldn't torture Duckling, but somebody forgot to tell Frank Zito. And I thought this was like kind of a parody, like it's so over the top and ridiculous it wouldn't happen. Yet it says, Fulci Comics and VHS Comics present Maniac vs. the New York Ripper, the untold story, the ultimate slaughter, two horror legends one-on-one. The fight begins in issue 2 of Maniac. So I really hope that this crossover is actually going to happen, because honestly, I'd love to see this happen, as ridiculous and stupid as it sounds, because I really like the New York Ripper, and Maniac's one of my favorite movies of all time. On top of getting those mini posters, with what I ordered, this limited slipcover version, you get a little trading card of Joe Spinell, which, with a portrait of him on the back, and Joe Spinell was great. It's a shame he passed away, in the 80s, mind you. We've got a sticker for VHS Comics, which I'll probably put on my car or something, and a sticker of the artist, of like one of the panels from the comic book of Joe Spinell as Frank Zito, which that's cool. Then you have the actual comic book, which I'm going to try to cover the tits on the cover, because As much as I love the artwork on this, I can't really show the tits on my channel. 48-page first issue. I'll uncover it when I'm back here. Really nice artwork, the back artwork, but you know, the artwork on this is really nice, and they really went all out with some of the like nightmarish scenes of Frank seeing his dead mother, which didn't happen in the movie, but I'm sure if they had the right budget, they probably would have done that. But really nice artwork, and it's pretty gruesome, pretty gnarly. Nice comic book with a interview with the director of Maniac, William Lustig, in the back, which is great. It's also dedicated to the memory, and with love and respect to Joe Spinell, 1936 to 1989. Joe Spinell was great in Maniac. He really was. On top of getting all of that with this, you know, on top of just getting the comic book, you also get this little mini poster of their comic book of Laser Blast that they're putting out, which I don't really care about. Laser Blast is a fucking awful movie. And then a pamphlet about the company and everything. That's nice. The big thing I wanted this for is this fucking VHS slip of Maniac with new artwork from the artist. It's limited to 1,000, signed at the top. It has the title of the first issue, Mommy Made Me, on the side, as well as Joe Spinell is Maniac, and just the gore galore on the back. And this is like literally a VHS slip. So if I ever get a copy of Maniac on VHS, I'm putting it in this slip. Maybe. I think I'm probably going to frame this, though, because this is a beautiful fucking work of art, and it is amazing that they just included it, you know. It's $14 for this 40-page, you know, comic, which isn't too bad for like a 40-page full-color, great, well-written, independent comic book. But on top of it, you got, you know, a little pamphlet, you got a little pamphlet mini poster, you got a fucking limited to 1,000 VHS box for it. You got the limited slipcover in plastic with the back signed by the author, and the slipcover itself is limited to 2,000. You know, all that for $14. That's honestly not bad, like, at all. Let me put all this stuff back in the... I'm probably going to keep this fucking comic book, like, in storage. I'm not going to read it ever again, honestly. Maybe. I am going to buy the second issue, though. Trust and believe I'm buying the second issue when it comes out. But I've been keeping it in the bubble mailer that it came in for safekeeping. Holy shit, that was a lot. And I'm still not even done. I still got the biggest package, $140 worth of shit I ordered from Severin Films. Start with the shirt I ordered. I got the black variant of their Santa Sangre shirt, because Jodorowsky's Santa Sangre is like it's like my favorite Jodorowsky film, and this symbol of the cult from the film is like an obscure enough little reference. I mean, the fact that the title's on the back is cool and everything, but I just love Santa Sangre to death, so I figured I'd buy one of the shirts. And I'm happy they had the black variant, because I'm not much for wearing colorful shirts, because the original version of the shirt is red. Let me move that out of there. It's a Christmas present for somebody else I'm not showing. Is a sticker, I think, is a sticker for Severin, which I'm more than happy to fucking advertise. Severin is great. I guess I'll start with the DVDs. I got a couple of titles from Intervision because I wanted to get some of the Intervision titles I didn't have. So I guess I got this in a bundle with another film, but it's Beyond the Seventh Door, which is apparently a pretty crazy kind of Canadian shot on video, like VHS thriller, or if it's not shot on video, it's a low budget thriller. And it's apparently just like crazy as hell and ambitious as hell, and it looked pretty cool. And honestly, I'm interested in just about anything Intervision puts out. I love Intervision; they do a great job. Stuff for Little Children, probably one of the biggest things Intervision has put out recently. This is a British shot-on-video film that there's like legends surrounding this film. One of the legends is that all the child actors who were featured in this film went missing after the film was made. I don't know if that's true, but there's special editions. There's it's the full uncut version on DVD for the first time in the US apparently, and it's a British shot-on-video film that's apparently pretty interesting and crazy for what it is, and it apparently got caught up in the video nasty craze of the 80s, and because it's a film that's kind of about children being murdered, I could see why they would want that banned. The other Intervision title I bought is The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer, which is an old release they put out. It's a pretty older one, but I wanted to see this because I heard this was one of the most like realistic, one of the most like true to the kind of facts films about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I know quite a bit about, you know, American serial killers. I mean, that's kind of something I'm into. So when I heard that there was a crazy kind of low budget, pretty disturbing horror film made about Jeffrey Dahmer that's true to the facts, I was instantly fucking on board with this. This is the 3 movies, because if you ordered like $100-something worth of product, they'd send you 3 free movies. I don't know anything about any of these, and I've never seen any of these. First is a Paul Anderson film called Shopping, and it features Sadie Frost and Jude Law. I have no idea what this is about. Uncut for the first time in America, British police called it ram raiding. Teenage hooligans called it shopping. And audience and critics worldwide called it one of the most shocking debuts of the decade. In a near bleak future, a charming ex-con and his sexy girlfriend live for stealing fast cars, leading cops on high-speed chases and crashing through posh store windows to steal everything they can grab. But when the law and a rival gang both vow to end their spree, Billy and Joe pull off a final raid before... can Billy and Joe pull off a final raid before the world comes crashing down? This sounds actually pretty interesting. Censored for 15 years by British authorities. UK crime movie explosion of the 90s. It sounds pretty interesting, actually. It's directed by Paul Anderson, who is the guy who directed, I think, Alien vs. Predator. Alien vs. Predator, Death Race, and, like, most of the Resident Evil movies, which half of those are good. I guess I'm interested. They didn't really send me any, like, other exploitation films, or horror films, really, so I'm kind of a little disappointed with the free stuff. This film called Zulu Dawn, which is, shocking true story about the Battle of Iniwana. I guess this is about a British colony. Oh, okay. So I guess this is kind of crazy action film that runs for nearly 2 hours. Apparently it's based on a true story about British soldiers facing off against African natives and stuff, and it has fucking Burt Lancaster, Peter O'Toole, Simon Ward, and Bob Hoskins in it. Hell, I'll give it a shot. And then this one called The Stuntman, which this one was nominated for like 3 Academy Awards, apparently. Remains one of the most stylish, subversive, and thrilling action, comedy, drama, motion pictures of all time. Stars as a director, a deliciously megalomaniacal fucking maniac, madman, commanding and film circus, paranoid young veteran, finds himself replacing the stuntman. I guess they're like about a stuntman. I guess with the title, I guess you would assume it's about a stuntman. I don't fucking know. These are the free ones I got. Nothing amazing, but I can't complain. On the Blu-rays. The Blu-rays is where it's at, because this is the stuff that I actually bought, that a lot of this I've seen before. I got Sense of Sangri on Blu-ray. Sense of Sangri is like my favorite Jodorowsky film, as I said. Which this one has quite a few special features. There's even a documentary on here about the serial killer who inspired this film. I rewatched Sense of Sangri fairly recently, and it holds up really well. I love this movie so much. I love this movie a little too much, honestly. It's my favorite Jodorowsky film. Crazy kind of psychological horror film made by the man who made the fucking Holy Mountain, so you know it's crazy. I got The House on Straw Hill, also known as Expose and Trauma. This was a video nasty in the 80s. There's a Blu-ray DVD of it. Uncut and uncensored for the first time ever. I've seen this one before. House on Straw Hill. It's a really interesting kind of psychological thriller, horror, revenge film. I really liked it, though. I thought it was pretty interesting. And I like Udo Kier. Udo Kier is an entertaining actor. I got this double pack of The Devil Hunter and Cannibal Terror, which just comes with like all kinds of special features. I mainly got this for Cannibal Terror because I've heard Cannibal Terror is really awful. I've seen Devil Hunter, and Devil Hunter is really fucking bad too. But Cannibal Terror, I was interested in, and I was like, hey, I could get this for like $10 on sale. Why not? Burial Ground, Nights of Terror, on Blu-ray. Their special edition. I love Severin for releasing this, and their release of Dr. Butcher, which I have like right here in this stack of movies. But yeah, fucking Burial Ground, Nights of Terror, one of my favorite Italian zombie movies, one of my favorite bad zombie movies. It's very, very fun though, and very entertaining. And there's all kinds of new interviews here, and there's also a new restoration of the film, which is great because the Blu-ray that Shriek Show put out of this is bad. Something I've noticed too is that Severin's releasing quite a few Shriek Show titles in the past few years. So I'm thinking, are they going to release Bill Hinsman's Flesh Eater? Because if they release Flesh Eater, I'm on board. I love Flesh Eater. Got Kathy's Curse. I actually saw this one quite recently, a couple weeks ago. This contains like both the different cuts of the film, and this movie is hilariously, just amazingly bad. It's in the public domain, and I'm happy that Severin put this one out because it's fun as hell. And The Devil's Reign, the first film ever to be fully endorsed by the Church of Satan. I've never seen this one either, and I've known about this for the longest time. I didn't know this. It was directed by the guy who directed The Abominable Doctor Phibes, one of my favorite Vincent Price movies. So now I'm definitely on board. This is the new fucking... Oh my fucking god. This is the new restoration, new HD scan. Really excited to watch this one. I love bad, weird movies. On top of that, I ordered the signed Blu-ray slip of Kathy's Curse by the director, which I just wanted it because I like Kathy's Curse, and I was like, hey, for an extra $8, I can have an extra slipcover that's signed by the director. Why not? And then there's a couple posters they threw in, which I didn't even know I was getting posters, but I'll take it. One of Kathy's Curse, which I might actually get this one framed. I like this film enough. It's bad, but it's very fun. Hell, is this fucking, like, I think it's like probably 11 by 17. I'll probably buy a frame for that eventually. And then the other poster I got, which I figured this was going to be a poster for Burial Ground, so I was a little disappointed, but it's a poster for an Intervision film that I haven't seen. One called The Jail, A Woman's Hell, which I'm kind of regret not buying that one now, because now that I have a poster for it, and I've known that they released this, and I've seen this cover art before, and it's nice and everything, but now that I own a poster of it, I kind of want to see it. But there you go. There's my entire fucking Black Friday update and it only took 30 minutes to fucking record. If I would have gone through this the way I wanted to, which is actually talk about a lot of these things in depth, then I probably would have, it probably would have been a lot longer. Anyway, guys, this is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews signing off. Peace.